Becastled. I've had a letter from a developer. Dear Lord Bara, your humble and faithful servant, Mana Potion Studios, we beseech thee to consider bestowing thy humble judgment upon our creation. Oh, go on then. Becastled is a cozy city-building tower defense game. Though I would say far less city building, more tower defense. Looks like it's been in early access for years, but it's going gold now on the 22nd of October. I've never played it, but they've given me a Steam code and asked me if I'd like to review it, no strings attached. There's no harm in having a little poke around. So if Becastled's something that's been on your radar, or not, come with me and we'll cast our discerning gaze upon it. This is a Becastled review, and I am Lord Bara. I had a little look through the comments on Steam to see what was going on while it was in early access, and there's been a lot of unhappy comments with the performance of the game and crashing, but I have honestly played 2 sessions with it, a couple of hours each time, and I built pretty much everything and I didn't experience any crashing, so for what it's worth, it works on my potato. And as you can see, it's quite an attractive looking game. It's kind of cutesy, it's very cozy feeling. It's got a very laid back and easy, intuitive feel to it. You can just use your mouse, click around with one hand and drink a cup of tea with the other. Kind of a stress-free experience, you know? Well, most of the time when you're not being eaten by wolves. Honestly, I don't really play tower defense games, unless you class Manor Lords as tower defense, which it feels like that game's kind of going in that direction. So I wasn't going into this thinking, oh, I'm going to have a really good time. What I was most interested in was the city building aspect of it, and I'm not going to lie, it's pretty much non-existent. The whole thing is geared towards having enough population so that you can have a large enough army to defend your town, and then eventually launch an assault on your enemy. You get these little hexes that you have to buy with resources, and you can only put down certain types of buildings within them. Like this farm here, for example, you can only place it in the hex where the animals have spawned. And it has a maximum output, and you can upgrade it one time, and you can buff that a little bit. And that's pretty much it. I did read the comments on Steam, and people were crying out for a road tool. Well, you're in luck. For those people who have been waiting for this, it's now in. And it works as you would expect. You draw a line. It can be a little bit funny about where it wants to be, and you probably want to build your roads first because it's easier to place a building against a road rather than draw a road up to a building. This is the tech tree, and it's not overly complicated, but there's plenty in here. It does pretty much what you would expect, really. There's a defense tree, and a technology tree, and a food tree, and an economic tree, and they all cost resources to unlock. The kind of goal is not to unlock these in a specific path, but you do need to unlock all of them. They're a requirement in order to upgrade the town so that you can fend off bigger and stronger attacks. So at some point you'll find yourself here trying to find the correct technology that enables you to be able to level up your building or get a better soldier or something like that. It seems well balanced and well thought out, if not particularly exciting. I kept coming back to the tech tree because I needed to for progression, not because I was excited to build something. I think here's the city building element to it. The church, which I'm about to build, has a synergy with the houses that are built around it. Same with the tavern. Those will buff the buildings and increase the happiness of the population, and the happier they are, the faster they reproduce. And you need them to be reproducing like rabbits because it's a race against time. Now there's UI scattered all over the place on this thing, and it kind of makes sense once you wrap your head around it, but at the top of the screen is what you'll be keeping an eye on, because those are your resource gathering metrics, and you're trying to maintain everything so it doesn't fall into the red, otherwise you'll be in trouble. And you're doing that all during the day until night falls, because at night time all the monsters come out of the woodwork, and they start destroying all of the things that you've been building. It's a pain in the arse, so you need to make sure that you've got enough soldiers all the time, like I'm doing right here in the middle of a blizzard, marching them through the town to the other end of the town to try to stop them from destroying some of my stuff. And this happens on a, 10 to 15 minute cycle. and they progressively get harder and harder as time goes on and as you increase the size of your town. Once you've defeated them, the night will end and you can go back to doing your normal daytime activity of building and researching. That's all well and good. There's an added little extra bit of difficulty in this as well, because there's also some seasonality. My little minions are all freezing to death here, as you can see. And that's on me. I didn't provide enough winter fuel in the form of charcoal for them. So if I just chuck one of those down, that should help remedy the situation. Less wood grows in the winter, so that's something that you need to keep in mind. But if you're clever about it, you could stockpile stuff in warehouses to kind of get you over the lean periods. But eventually, when you sort yourself out and pull your thumb out of your ear, what you'll want to do is go and destroy these towers that are dotted around all over the place. A lot of the monsters spawn from here in the night, so the point is to destroy these and then kind of win the map. And the maps are an enclosed thing which kind of spawn as a seed, so they all have a little variation in differences, terrain, and the way the resources are scattered about. I had one where it was very hilly, but this one's completely flat. So anyway, you'll march your troops over, and as long as you've got enough, and you need to kind of keep up the amount of damage that you're doing in order to maintain doing damage on the tower, because it regains health over time as well. That's annoying. But as long as you've got enough soldiers, you can overcome that, and eventually you destroy it. Now, like any good tower defense game, one of the main factors is to build city walls around your settlement to hold back the hordes at night. I haven't done that on this map because I wanted to see how far I could get without doing that, because I'd spent a lot of resources on my previous attempt and I felt like it was holding me back a little bit. So I was feeling brave and I wanted to kind of speed run this just to see if I was better than the game. And you know what, I was patting myself on the back, thinking I was doing pretty well, until nighttime came and a dragon flew over my town and destroyed me. That'll teach me. So if you're into tower defense type games with a little sprinkling of city building, I think this is a pretty good one. It's easy to get into. I think when you know what you're doing and you've got all your progression paths dialed in, you could probably get through a match in about an hour or two. But that's it. Becastled. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm not going to rate it or anything. Nobody cares what I think. But that's all I've got time for, so I'll just say, if you have been, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been the Becastled release review. And I have been Lord Barra.